This we call our single leg wall sit isometric. So in this variation, we're basically gonna hold ourselves up against the wall with one leg. Now the goal of this exercise is to target the quadriceps, your thigh muscle, in a relatively pain-free range. So we want to keep pain less than a 5 out of 10. We don't want it to be sharp. If it's dull and achy, that's okay. And as long as we go through this with multiple reps or multiple sets, we want the pain to subside. We don't want it to increase. So the way that we can modify that is, I'll show you this exercise if you do get pain that's a little bit more uncomfortable than you're used to. So in this exercise, essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your back, your head, and your tailbone against the wall. You're basically gonna start out with your feet a little bit out in front of you, okay? Because if you have your feet too close to the wall, then you can't really sit down, and it ends up being a lot more tension at the knee. So you wanna just kind of have your feet a little bit relaxed in front of you. But again, you can kind of play around with what feels comfortable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna float my non-working leg, which is the left leg here. My right leg is a working leg. I'm gonna be back against the wall, and I'm going to slide myself down into where I feel the most comfortable but challenging position for my thigh muscle, my quad. So right now, I'm starting to feel my thigh muscle contract and work, okay? As you're doing this, I want you to think about you have like a plate or a scale underneath your leg, underneath your foot, and you want to push it to the ground without coming up. So the purpose of you actively pushing into the ground is to be more intentful, and you're gonna feel your quad muscle engage and work more. So it's a mind to muscle connection of you pushing into the ground without actually moving. And we're gonna hold this for the prescribed amount of time. Now, if you get pain that's a little bit more uncomfortable, that doesn't get better, there's a couple things you can do. You can either scoot out your leg a little further out, or you can just, let's say you got pain at this range, just come up another inch or two and hold that position. So you can modify how low you go or how far you go out, but the goal is to feel your quadricep muscle engage and really work for you, okay? And so that is our single leg wall sit isometric.